Welcome, welcome, welcome to another edition of Forex Tech Magazine. Once again, it's your boy Lewis here, your host. I want to talk you through a couple of trades, but before we get into that, first thing I want to do is give you the disclaimer. The disclaimer goes a little something like this. Any and all information that's given to you from Forex Tech Magazine should be considered to be for educational and entertainment purposes only. Nothing that is given to you by us should be considered as financial advice. If you are in need or you're seeking financial advice, then our advice to you would be to seek out the assistance of a licensed, competent advisor. All right, so let's jump right into why you came here, what you came here for, and that is to trade. Now, if you happen to notice here on the screen, this beautiful, beautiful thing that we're looking at here is the Aussie US dollar. And the only reason why I'm here is because I actually have a live trade going on here now that I'm negative, that is going positive because this thing is falling like a ton of bricks, which we anticipated based on the fact that the U.S. market was going to be closed over the next couple of days during the holiday, and there was already a big push down in this pair over a short period of time. Knew there was going to be somewhat of a pullback. I didn't know how much of a pullback. It was a little bit bigger than I anticipated, but nonetheless, we're now getting positive downward momentum, which should lead to positive dollars into our bank account. Anyway, don't want to stay here and dwell on this pair because what we came here for is for our Great Britain pound pairs, and that's what we look at every morning around this time, just to kind of see, are there trades on the board? Is there anything that we should be looking at? Anything that we should be trading? And of course, we have our opinion about whether or not there's something out there that we think is tradable, or something that we think that we might need to just sit on the sidelines and stay put for the moment. Now, with that being said, start from the bottom, work our way to the top. We're looking at the Great Britain pound, New Zealand dollar, and also too, happy Turkey Day to you guys out here in the States. A lot of folks are probably away from their normal, you know, base, away from home, and they're out, maybe out on the road traveling, or they may already be settled at a relative's house someplace. But if you have the opportunity to catch a rebroadcast of the stream, or if you happen to catch the stream on, on some type of mobile device, happy Thanksgiving to you. All right. Let's see here. All right, so this right here is the one we were looking at the other day, and this right here had that really great fib support resistance line matchup that I was talking about, and as you can see, price came down over 2 wave periods, right? Came down. This is the first wave. It came down and pulled back up one little short period, and then it pulled that down again in another wave. And on the second wave, it hit support, and right at support was the completion of the Fibonacci sequence, and we got a nice little push back up over 2 days, came down over one, and now it's like push back up over the second one. So kind of looks like it's just kind of drifting out to the side. Now the question is, will this right here be a significant U-turn to cause the market to push back up? That's a great question. As we get closer to decisions about the Great Britain pound, it's going to definitely influence this pair. That right there was a major support. It looks like it's been trading sideways for a while. If anything, my guess would be that it would continue to go back up at some point, and not going any lower than this. So this right here, in my opinion, is a potential buy. All right, but let me try to get the screen back down. In my opinion, this is a potential buy. And the question is, where do you want to buy in at? How do you want to buy it, right? So typically what I would want to do is wait for it to go up a little bit higher and then pull back and then look for my entry point then. You can get in now if you like. Just kind of know that it's going to might be a little tough, right? But essentially, something like this right here, where price goes up, pulls back, maybe wait for a pullback here, right, and then put our stop loss underneath the whatever the pullback low is, and then maybe put our buy, at whatever the that swing high at that moment. So if it goes through the swing high, continues to goes up, we're in the trade, we make money. And then if it goes back down, of course, it hits our swing low, goes through our swing low. We know the price is not confirming the uptrend at any rate, and so then we just take a little bit of a loss, or depending on how far price pushes up above the swing high, we bring a stop loss up to a risk-free trade and continue to make money from there. So a couple of different ways we could do it. Definitely something I'd be looking out to do. Something that over the next couple of days, next couple of trading days rather, want to look at and honestly consider whether or not this is something that we want to participate in. Could definitely be something good here. Okay. Let's look at, and this is going to be a simple, easy one tonight, folks. Not going to be here for a long period of time because I personally have to get ready for Turkey Day with friends and family, and so I want to make sure that I am, nothing burns or everything's perfect, and so I got work I got to do other than this right here. But I did want to do this to you before I get out of here. We're going to daily chart, and again here on the daily chart, we're looking. We see this thing's moving sideways, right, for a while, right? He hit this this minor support. Price bounced back up, was headed towards this resistance here, right? But then price reversed sharply, came back down, and now we're making a positive move back up towards that level. Now, the question is, will price continue to reverse and just come down to support maybe even further? That's a good question. That's the question. Oh, excuse me. Apologize. That's a question that we all got to kind of answer for ourselves when we kind of start getting into these trades and stuff, right? Personally, when I look at this right here, I can see this as being a good bounce area to hit back up, but at the same time, I don't know. I don't know if I would necessarily buy in at this level. I mean, this is one of the tough ones. I think that for the most part, the one thing you got to remember about trading is that you don't have to trade every trade. Just because something is there, you don't have to just jump into it, right? So for me personally, what I would do before I would go and jump into this particular trade here, I would go and look and see if there's actually better trades out there for me, right? If there's something that's better out there that's easier to trade, something I can still potentially make a ton of money on, but it's a lot easier, more defined, more clearer path as far as what direction price is going in. Because clearly, if you jump in here now, I mean, that really is a pretty significant downward move, and this upward move is not that convincing as of yet. So this right here could just be the prelude to this thing just dropping further south, maybe headed back down to this major level of support, right? And, or it could just be, pull back and then it's going to bounce on up, right? So you don't really know. It's kind of sitting in limbo right now at the moment. And if it's sitting in limbo, I won't really mess with it just because I don't think that it's worth it, to be honest with you. Okay? Let's see on the hour chart. Yeah, it's just kind of just sitting there and it's not really doing anything. I mean, to its credit, it's barely making higher highs. It's not really. It's really just kind of moving sideways. I would, I'd leave that one alone. Don't even mess with it too much. Just get out of there. All right. So the next one is the Great Britain Pound, Japanese yen. Boom. Looking on a daily basis. Once again, sideways movement. Boom, boom. This one looks interesting enough. I mean, this right here is definitely one where it would appear that the price is in the process of pushing up. It's pulled through this support. You see it's kind of rounding out. Like price is kind of like, we're going down, going down, going down. slowing down, going down, and maybe trying to get back up. If that's the case, definitely, you could buy in here, put your stop loss a little bit below this level here, right? The swing low, and look for price to retrace up. Definitely a possibility. I don't know if I necessarily would do it. So here's the other thing too, and this is what we always got to be careful at. And it's, me in particular is trying to find bottoms in the market. I mean, definitely that's what it looks like the price is doing. It's done it right here before in the past. See how it kind of swing around, made a little loop, a little cup handle, right? Swing around, all right? Only problem is when we trade like that, we're not really trading with momentum, so we're subject to a drawdown, right? We're subject to price trending down over a period of time, and when that happens, that puts our accounts at risk because depending on how leveraged we are, we could incur a margin call. So the better trade, the better thing to do would be to wait till price gets into a definable trend and then place a trade, right? Because that way, once it's in a definable trend and you actually see it trending upward or see it trending downward, you can go in and you can place your entry points and your stop loss more confidently and allow the momentum of the price to get you into the market, and then move your stop losses up accordingly, so that way you eventually have a risk-free trade, and then on the back end of everything, you come out on top in the market. So that's the way I would trade it. So once again, this particular pair right here, it's too murky. Look at this little sideways movement, no real definable trend. Don't really know if it's going up, don't know if it's going down. We just know it's moving to the side and randomly, right? Also, it's a 10-minute chart, no wonder. Still, it's still kind of moving to the side, kind of randomly, right? So yeah, this is not anything that I want to be in right now. I would put the brakes on this one if you're thinking about doing it, and just kind of just sit back and just chill, just wait until you get a definable trend in the market, and then you get in there. Okay. Next one is Great Britain Pound, Aussie Dollar. Looks like Aussie Dollar is weakening against the British Pound in this particular one here. Off the hour chart, only issue is, let's look at this. Is that a resistance or a support zone? Okay, so that is resistance. Okay, so same thing here. You can see where price went down. Price actually completed the Fibonacci retracement. We didn't have a support line here, although you can look and see where price did kind of bounce off around that area right around here, right? Price kind of met resistance right around here too as well, so that could be considered to be a minor support resistance zone where that thing bounced up at. And the only issue is we come right back up to another one here. So then the question becomes, is that something where we want to get in on this particular trade right now? And I would probably have to say no, just because I don't want to buy close to resistance. I'd rather buy when we're at support. And with this particular pair right here, we're going to be right there at resistance. And so I'll have to say that would be a no. And then also, too, if you notice here, right, that window was never closed. And so at some point in time, this area has to be closed. And what more perfect time for it to close than for it to bounce up here or get close to here and then drop back down? Because if you notice, you're already kind of sort of in a downward spiral, right? Because this is a high, higher low, lower high, higher low. I mean lower high, lower low. All right, so it's probably gonna be a lower high, and then next thing you know, you get a lower low. So I would stay out of this one here at the moment, and just kind of once again, just wait for the market to come to you. There's no need to rush any trade. No need to force yourself to be in a trade. And with this holiday that's upon us, I wouldn't necessarily be trading these things, especially if I wasn't already in it. I mean, it's one thing if you're already in and you got to trade it. It's another thing if you just decide, well, hey, I want to just jump into it because I ain't got nothing better to do, and then you try and trade it. It's not a good idea. Not a good look. I'm feeling not a good look. I'm sorry, just going back looking at this currency pair again. Let's see here. Alright, so this right here is the Great Britain Pound, US dollar. Once again, we got a situation where our price is kind of range bound and it is moving within this range. And we're closer to a low than we are to a high. So the question would be, is this some place where we could buy at right now with the hopes of turning in a profit? And absolutely it could be, potentially. And if you look right here, this is where we're at currently. So if we're going to buy, then we would put our stop loss somewhere probably here. And then probably put our, buy maybe somewhere up here or here, whatever. Right? With anticipation and hopes of us traveling up to here. Once again, we got a window. Oh, I'm sorry, it's already been closed. So we don't have a window. It needs to be closed. Don't really see an area for this or potential for this thing to buy right here, right now. Looks like all it's been doing is just been kind of just dropping, right? So it's a high, lower, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. It's probably lower high, so it's probably going to continue to go down a little bit more before it goes up. At any rate, don't necessarily want to be in there for that pullback, especially if I think it's going to go up. So I'm not looking to ride anything down and then, on the bounce, get back up. So with this particular pair right here, probably too will just stay on the sidelines for over the next 48, 72 hours. See how this thing kind of plays out. And really, once we get out of the American market, once we get out of the holiday season for Thanksgiving, next week will probably be a good opportunity to get back into these pairs. You'll probably start seeing a little bit more direction in these, maybe by Tuesday or Wednesday. And that'd probably be the best time to try to get back into it. I'm pretty sure, something's going to form up over the next couple of days. Definitely, you get more participants back into the market on Sunday. Get even more back in on Monday. But I think by Tuesday, definitely is going to give the market time to form that direction. If you notice right here, also too, you get a little bit of a wedge, right? It's kind of the bottom, right? It's the top side here, right? You got to be careful with that, and the reason being is just because right now it is a little low energy in the market, so the market is building up tension. So that way, when the traders do come back in, you expect this thing to get pushed in a direction, right? Because you just remember the U.S. market right now is on holiday, it's on vacation, and once everybody, once the players get back in, it's going to be a push, and you just don't know what direction it's going to be in yet. So anyway, that's my take on these pairs, and so just to kind of go back in and sum it all up, sit on the sidelines, right? I would say until next week, to early mid next week. Just sit on the sidelines, don't do anything. Enjoy your holiday if you're here in the States. Eat plenty of turkey, or if you're not a meat eater, if you're vegetarian, eat plenty of, whatever it is you're vegetarian, eat tofu turkey, or whatever it is. But basically, just enjoy yourself. Take a break from trading, right? Go out, enjoy your friends and family. Read some books on trading, look at some videos on trading, whatever. Go to our website, get some information on trading, play around with the smart trade software, whatever you want to do. But I would say don't put real money into the market just yet. Wait until probably early part, mid part next week before you start to do so. I just think that you're going to get a better, you're going to have potential to have a better outcome and a better trading plan in place if you do that. Anyway, listen, guys, that's it for me. I'll tell you before, I want to get out of here early because it is Turkey Day. Gobble, gobble, gobble. I want to, get in there and take care of some stuff in the kitchen for myself, for my family. So, listen, thanks for tuning in. All right, take care. God bless, and I will see you on the next time.